Hey everybody, it is Toronto Unicorn, and I am here to wrap up 2025 with a list of my top 10 2025 videos on my channel. It's not a secret I make a lot of videos. Even just for the year 2025, I have 96 videos in the playlist on YouTube that all are marked with that date. So I only pick from long form videos, not shorts, and here is the list that I considered to be the most special to me, regardless of whether they got a high view count or whatever on YouTube. These are the ones that I felt were the best. Number 10 is Storytime, a wild couples only night at Oasis Aqua Lounge Sex Club with the Newlyweds. So the Newlyweds are a couple I've known for many years. They're a very experienced swinger couple. They've been in over 25 years. Lots of advice videos on my channel with them. They show their faces without being blurred. They're a wonderful couple. And so this year I had only one video with them when they came down to visit. And it was a really fun couples only night that I went to at the sex club. And I enjoyed having, my boyfriend with me and like hooking up in front of them and being like, hey, are they seeing? Are they seeing? So for me, it was like a big transition from going from like that single woman that they knew to being just somebody who shows up to the club with somebody specific on their arm, right? And so I liked the transition of how, I interacted with the newlyweds. And it was a fun vlog, a fun night. And I had a great time in the date world and the couple side. Number 9. Nervous to go to a sex club in your flawed body? Don't be, and this is why. So the thumbnail on this one is called All Bodies Are Accepted at a Sex Club. And why this one made this list of top 10 is because this video was important to make. It's one of the most important messages I'm trying to convey about this sex positive, body positive lifestyle is to not wait until you're comfortable with your body to join. I think that's a mistake. There's just so much reassurance you can get today if you show up in whatever body it is that you're presenting, right? Maybe you don't like scars. Maybe you don't like how big your arms are. Maybe you don't feel toned enough. Like, fuck that excuse my language, but like, who cares, right? Like, go, enjoy, live your life in the body that you have. And if you don't know how, this lifestyle can actually show you, because once you join a non-judgmental, nudity positive lifestyle, eventually when all the clothes are off, you just get very comfortable in your own skin, looking around, seeing other people comfortable in their own skin. So this video is also quoted by a few fans who came up to me this year and said, like, thank you for your video, this one in particular, because of the message of body positivity and that, all bodies might be considered imperfect in some way, but they're your vehicle to get through life, and you might as well get comfortable behind the driver's seat. Number 8. DTF night versus other single guy nights at sex clubs. What to expect. I love this video because it was a visual representation. Like the thumbnail even had a visual of a bunch of like men's faces, and it showed the difference between a vibe night at a sex club where it's very intense, it's very male dominated, to a night when it's more of a social club and like a mixer and like very, much less sexually intense. And so I had this vision of a la carte versus buffet of how the experience is when you're trying to hook up. And it was a great metaphor. I still like chuckle when I think about it because it really does help explain to people, if you go to a DTF night, if you're looking to hook up, you are literally throwing bird seed in front of birds and wanting them flock to you. Okay. That's a very different experience if you go on a non-DTF night. So I just wanted to have a video that showcased that with a visual. Number 7, the X Club Winnipeg Sex and Lifestyle Club video tour. It is not every day I get to have a whole new sex club video tour put on my channel to show people, yes, this lifestyle exists near you and maybe in places you hadn't thought about. And I love the opportunity. Now, I didn't go to Winnipeg. I have been to Winnipeg, but not in the last 5 years. And so it was my friend R who actually traveled to Winnipeg for business. She offered to go and take the video footage for me. I did a voiceover on the video and I was able to showcase a beautiful club without actually stepping foot in it. So I thought this was really cool because it allowed me to expand my reach on showing people what is out there, what cool clubs are out there. And I didn't have to actually go and do the legwork. So that was pretty cool. Number 6. Inside the X Club and Mermaid Lounge Sex Club, Mississauga, Canada. So this was also a redo of an existing club tour video for the X Club because they completely redid their club. They even added a pool, right? So the old video that I still have on my channel was a tour video from like a couple years ago. I think it was like 2022. And so even like the couch colors changed, right? And so like in the main dance area. So I was so thrilled to be able to redo the video. This is when they opened the pool. And I was able to actually showcase that there's like a second club in the GTA, General Toronto area, that has a sex club and a pool, right? This one just has also a nightclub as well. So I love being able to showcase this club. It's a wonderful club, great people, great DJs, and I'm looking forward to even going there in a few days. So number 5. Dear Diary, Chronicles of Toronto Unicorn, bold, uncensored, unconventional, new podcast. This video took me longer to make than almost any other video on this channel. It was a lot of clips of my life, clips of me just doing normal things in life, as well as what you might have already seen in a vlog or a video for YouTube. And I had my diary, my recent podcast that I created, that's like me just like, dishing about my life all the time. The goods, the bads, the uglies, whatever. And I was able to cut some of the clips from my Dear Diary podcast and then put the voiceover over top of clips of my life. And so the video itself took a lot to put together. And I love it because it was a new frontier for me. The Dear Diary podcast is one of my favorite projects. I basically record podcast episodes, fresh out of bed without makeup on, because I'm not making a video. I'm for the most part doing audio. And so it's like, I'm more willing to like share my energy with that because it takes less production time, right? And I don't always want to be camera ready. And so the real diary entries in life are not camera ready. And so I love that podcast exists. It's a good outlet for me. It's a good way to get to know me more intimately, including my personal life, the personal challenges. I even talk about having to like cry at the gym one time. Like, like I share things that I wouldn't just go on my normal YouTube channel and talk about. So you can get that on podcast version. By the way, I have links to all 10 of these videos in the description, so don't fret, you'll be able to get them. It's a playlist called Top 10 Videos of 2025. Number 4, sugar cookies and so this was a really fun vlog to do. It was at the X Club. It was a coordinated social meetup of a online, lifestyle Facebook group. Great members, great lifestyle members, and they all showed up for this scheduled event. And so there's not that many like scheduled, opportunities or like, opportunities to show up and be part of a social network, even if you don't know anyone personally yet. Right. And so I loved that I was able to go and watch and experience it. I was able to interview the organizers on camera. They even showed their faces, and it was great to get some real other voices and other social club experiences out there to show you that even if you're, nervous or single, or even if you're not single, but you just don't know how to join a lifestyle, where there's all these other ways, Facebook lifestyle groups, where you get to know people before you end up seeing them at the club sometime. And then what a different way to get to know someone if you already know like pictures of them with their dog, on Facebook, right? And then you see them at the club. It's easier to cross that barrier into like, hey, I know you a little bit. Like, do you want to play? So I liked that video and I liked that event. Number 3, story time. She wanted 2 men at a time. Rinse, then repeat. Oasis Aqua Lounge vlog. What I liked about this night and this video was that it captured our evolution. DTF Tanya started in the club being indiscriminate, taking any guy, having this scene with like any guy that wanted to participate. And we would start with a lot of men, and then we'd have less men. And so we really were able to figure out sweet spots, right? And so for her, she liked the idea of being spit, likes the idea of 2 at a time. It's like the best night of like what we finally accomplished was we found our sweet spot. We found that it isn't 3 people on one or whatever. It was 2 on one, and then do it again. Different two, different two, different two, rotate one in here and there. Yeah. By the way, this is going to be uncensored on my Real Sex Club and Swinger Lifestyle podcast. Unfortunately, YouTube, you're going to get a few beeps. And then, the beeps tell you I've said a bad word, but you won't hear those on the podcast. And it's free to watch on Spotify, and I'll put a link in the description. Number 2. Story time, my first sex party vlog. So this was a big deal in my evolution as a swinger or, swinger adjacent person. And I had never actually gone to a private like home party for swingers before. I'd only gone to clubs for the most part. Maybe I threw a couple hotel room parties, but I had never gone to somebody's house. So this one, I love the vlog. I did a great, coverage of the event. I think I even have like a behind the scenes video somewhere about this, showing like how I was picking my outfit and like what my internal questions are. Like, do I have to play in front of people, or like, is it like, what's it going to be like? And so I got the answers to those questions, and I was able to showcase on my YouTube channel and podcast that, what is was like, what I saw, what was going on in the rooms upstairs. And I got to actually film and showcase, what the rooms look like and all the different waterproof blankets that were there. Yeah, it was a great experience. And I was able to really step up my lifestyle experience with that party. So I was happy to document it. Funny enough, I think it's the only home swinger party I've been to still. I mean, I've been invited to a few more, but it hasn't really lined up. And I'm also not super big on like the idea of like going and like swapping with people. So I want to like respect the vibe of these parties and like I'll go and maybe be naughty with my guy somewhere, but I don't know if I'm like looking to like exchange a lot of partners kind of thing. So I just don't know if the home swinger party vibe is for me, but we'll see. Number one, what really happens inside a 300-person swinger hotel takeover? Candygasm 2 vlog. This was my favorite video of 2025 because I got to experience something new for myself, which was a hotel takeover with a bunch of swingers. A lot of people in the lifestyle that I know have been going to these events for years. I was a little behind the game that way, so I was thrilled to be able to show it. I was able to film the rooms to show the vibe of the place. There's a BDSM room and an orgy room and people wearing orgy referee shirts. And so I was able to show how cool it is to go to such an exclusive, like, swingers only event at a hotel. And so it was my favorite video because I got to do something really cool. I got to show it, and I got a lot of people willing to do interviews on camera with their faces showing, right? So I was really able to show like, yeah, these are real people who show up to these events, and this is, you could maybe picture yourself in the lifestyle through them. So I'm grateful for their interviews. I'm grateful to be able to showcase what an amazing event that was. And yeah, the vlog itself was really special to make for me. So again, you can get all the links in the description to watch these videos. They were my top 10. If you have any video in particular that you think is missing from this list, please leave a comment. What was your favorite video of 2025? Let me know. And I also think I might go back in time and do a 2024 list, 2023, etc. If you're interested in that, you got to let me know as well. Please don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe if you haven't already. So that's it for 2025. It has been a thrilling year with really great new experiences, opportunities to showcase the lifestyle like never before, including new clubs. So I've been really blessed, and I cannot wait to see what 2026 has in store. Lastly, if you want to see some extra content, I put it on my fan page. There's extra behind the scenes content, modeling content, especially from this 300-person swinger event. I have a fan page, and I put a lot of extra content there that you will never see on social media, mostly because it's not allowed there, but also just because, there's like a private vault of content that you have access to when you subscribe. You can get the links to that on my link tree, which is in the description, or you can go to my website, TorontoUnicorn.com.